Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And tonight actually it would be time, or by my regular schedule I would have to continue my Keep on the Shadowfell adventure using TinyD6. But I'm not going to do this today because the month of September is almost over. And what I want to do today, before September is over, I want to contribute to the Solo RPG Challenge for the month of September issued by Caverna do Leques. And please do check out his channel. And the challenge for the month of September is to use a minimalist system. So this is what I will be doing tonight. I will be using a minimalist system to play a one-shot, a little bit different from what I usually do. I will get into detail in a minute. But I will, of course, also return to Keep on the Shadowfell. I see if I can get another video in this weekend so that you don't have to wait too long for the next episode. However, actually I have to admit I'm a little bit disappointed because the last episode that I uploaded, it didn't even get 100 views, so it's up a couple of days already and it's got like, I don't know, 80 views and only like 4 or 5 thumbs up. So I don't know if it's the thumbnail that I used this time which didn't appeal to the audience, or if you don't want any more TinyD6 Keep on the Shadowfell content. I don't know. So that was a little bummer to see how badly this last video performed. So this is the bad thing about YouTube. They always rub it right into your nose by the algorithm, how your videos perform. And but never mind, because thankfully, I do not have to live off YouTube. I got a job, so this is my hobby. So I will continue to play this Keep on the Shadowfell adventure. And when I'm done with this, I will return again to my sci-fi series, my Star Wars series. And this time I will be then playing the next adventures using my Star Knave rule set, which I got printed for myself. But that's all in the future. Today I want to play a minimalist system, and the system that I chose is my own system with Sword and Backpack for Gold and Glory, and you can get this off my itch.io page for free. I linked it in the community tab. I did this 2022 for a one-page RPG jam, where you had to create an RPG that fits on one sheet of paper. So 2 sides, 1 sheet of paper. And this is my fantasy contribution. I don't want to get too much into the detail of the system because it is pretty simple, and because you can download it for yourself. Like I said, it's only like 1 sheet of paper, 2 pages, front and back. And I will be using this system today, and I will be playing something unusual, because what you don't know is that I'm also a Batman fan. I'm not a huge I am a huge Batman fan, but I'm not like that I got every comic book and I have to I don't know, keep up on every detail on the Batman story or universe. But I really like the character. It's one of my favorite superhero characters. And I've watched a couple of these direct-to-video Warner Brothers animated movies that are basically targeted at an adult audience. Of course, I've seen all the movie adaptations that came out. So I really like the Batman character. And when I played Skyrim, I also downloaded a mod, the Bat of Skyrim, which implemented like this Batman mythos into Skyrim. So you see where this goes. Today I will play a Batman-themed fantasy adventure. And I will do this using my system. And it'll be set in the Nentir Vale. And you can see from this crude setup here that I also, because the challenge is a minimalist system, so what I want to do, I want to use a minimalist system also with a minimalist setup. So in this adventure, it won't be any fancy miniatures, it won't be fancy battle maps, it's nothing acrylic sheet, it'll be generic wooden pawns, if I gotta use pawns at all. So this will be obviously my Batman themed character. I will get into this in a minute. These are the dice that my system needs. It's a D12, so this is my dice and this will be the enemy die. And this will be my universal battle map if I have to use one. And a journal. And this is basically it. So minimalist system, minimalist setup, mostly theater of mind. And before we start, I want to get into my character. So I will be playing Brian Wayne. And his alias is the Bat of Fallcrest. Of course, nobody knows that. So my concept is I'm a capable master blacksmith by day, fear-inspiring masked vigilante by night. I lost my parents to brigands on the road as a teenager, obviously, like this Batman mythos got to be in there someplace. So I lost my parents to brigands on the road as a teenager. I was then taken in as an apprentice by a blacksmith. I proved to be very capable and became a master blacksmith. And because this blacksmith, he didn't have any children of himself, or he didn't have any children himself, so I inherited his small smithy's workshop. So my gear is I got a small smithy's workshop and a common room that I rent in a tenant building. So by day, I'm a blacksmith, and this is me in my smithy during the day doing blacksmithing stuff. And of course, the good thing is, being a blacksmith, working with metal, I can also craft my own little vigilante tools that I need for my alter ego, which is the Bat of Fallcrest. And when I go out at night, I got my Bat of Fallcrest light armor. So this is a medieval inspired or a Batman inspired medieval suit. So I got light black leather armor with a hooded cloak, and I got a face mask, obviously, and a utility belt with leather pouches. I get into that in a minute. I got some special climbing gloves that I will get into in a minute. And this will be my outfit when I'm out at night at the Bat of Fallcrest. So by day, I'm Brian Wayne, master blacksmith. Actually pretty pretty blend-in kind of guy. And by night, I turn into the Bat of Fallcrest and inspire fear into the hearts of the petty and common criminals that are roaming the streets of Fallcrest. So this is what we will be doing tonight. We will be playing a normal nightly patrol through the city of Fallcrest to take care of some bad guys. All right, but Batman, of course, needs his trusty utility belt. So these are two versions that I got. I got a sturdy leather belt with several belt pouches. And this leather belt, it is listed here as the utility belt, includes ball bearings, caltrops, a steel mirror, thieves' tools and lockpicks, of course, chalk and charcoal, flint and steel, tinder, gravel, dirt, and sand in one of the pouches. And this is to fight dirty, to like grab in there, get a handful of gravel and dirt and throw it into my opponent's eyes to to blind them for a short amount of time so that I can make a quick getaway. I got a flasks of oil and a signal whistle, and I put down here on a 1. So if I need any other small item that a vigilante might reasonable have in his utility belt, I can roll a d12, and on a 1 to 4 I have the item with me. So it's like a little fallback option if I think it would be great if I had that, and I might have it, and so then I get to roll to see if it's maybe in my belt. But it's got to be, of course, of reasonable small size to fit in a sturdy belt pouch. All right, so this is what we will be doing, and we will be playing in Fallcrest. It is still daytime. It is early afternoon, and while I'm in my workshop and I talked to a couple of customers, I picked up some strange and unsettling rumors, or there's talk about a new drug. A new strange drug that has made its way into the streets of Fallcrest, and especially the harbor district and the docks. So let me show you the map real quick. So this is the Nantia Vale where this is taking place. We're in Fallcrest, the largest city in the Nantia Vale, which for cinematic purposes is a lot larger than described in the Nantia Vale setting. So it is like a larger city with several districts. So we got the harbor district, the merchants district, the guild houses, slums, and it is located along a great Nantia, broad and great Nantia River. So it does have some port district, but it's not like a seaport. It is a river port, but nonetheless there are like cargo little cargo ships or cargo ferries, more cargo ferries, but there are also docks and silos and warehouses and storehouses. So it does have a small harbor district as well. So so a new drug has made its way into Fallcrest, and I of course have to look into it, and this is what I will be doing. So as it is about dinner time, I close down my shop. I go into a tavern like I usually do, and have a simple meal, small supper, and then I head back to my common room that I rent in a tenant building at the edge of the craftsman's district where my workshop is located, and I take a little nap, because usually before I go on my nightly patrols, my patrol hours are somewhere around from midnight to like 3 or 4 in the morning. And to be up for that and not too tired, I usually take a little nap, and this is what I'm doing. And then when it's time to head out and it's the middle of the night, the sun has set, and the rooftops of Fallcrest are only illuminated by street lights and lanterns and the moon. This is when I change into the Bat of Fallcrest outfit, which I keep hidden behind a closet, hidden in a chest, a locked chest behind a closet in my common room. And I turn into the Bat of Fallcrest and head out into the night through my window. And because what I do have, I got so several throwing weapons, 2 daggers, and I got these ninja climbing claws that you could also see in Batman Begins. So they're like, it's like a sturdy leather strap that is attached to the palm of my hand and attached to my wrist with a sturdy buckle. And there are these iron spikes like claws so that you can easily climb up wooden or surfaces that have some texture. So I got these ninja climbing claws, and I'm practiced in it. So I head up onto the roof and I make my way across the rooftops into the harbor district, because I want to see if I can get some clues about this new drug that has made its way into Fallcrest. All right, so minimal setup. I will also be using a very simple oracle. I just used this D12 also as my oracle. And do I spot anything, any suspicious activity that might point into or that might have anything to do with this new drug? And because we want some action, I say 1 to 8, yes. And 1 would be extreme yes, and 12 would be extreme no. Oh, almost an extreme yes, it's a 2. So, but not an extreme yes, but a yes. So, as I am patrolling across the rooftops, I see, so I have reached the harbor district, and I see in a small sidearm of the river, in an unused part of the harbor that is actually sealed off and not in use anymore, I can see a very dim light, not like from a torch, but only if someone lit a candle, to only have like a very, very small light source that does not draw too much attention, but they still need some light. So I spot this little light source in this unused part of the harbor, which is suspicious, and I make my way over there, and I see a small group, 1d3 people. 1d3 people. Oh, only one. So not a small group. It's only one person, and this one person, he has this. Let's see if it's he or she. Even is always female. Oh, it's a female. So there's a slender female that also wears black clothes and a cloak, and she is holding a candle on one of these metal little plates where you can, like, where you have this little ring where you can basically, I don't know how to do this, what the proper word is, but where you can hold a candle like this and have some light. So, and she is looking out into the river as if she is waiting for someone, or as if she is expecting something. And so I make my way down from the roof very cautiously and silent, and let's see if this works. So this is a very simple system. You got 3 attributes: body, mind, charm, and a couple of skills, and you add an attribute and a skill, and you can combine any attribute with any skill, and you add these numbers together, and this is your success chance that you have to roll lower or even or equal to on a d12. All right, and 5 is the maximum, so the maximum that you can get is 10, so that you still have a slight chance of failure. And this will be a physical and body task, or body and subterfuge to sneak, but it doesn't matter because I got them both at 5, because I'm a vigilante. So in body force, so I got a 9. Success chance of 9. Do I make it down the roof? So I will definitely make it down the roof, but so that she doesn't notice. Oh, come on. The first roll of the evening and it's already a fail. You gotta be kidding me. All right, so, great. So I want to make my way down the roof, and as I am making my way down, one of the window board that I step onto breaks, and I fall down. Luckily, it's not that high, and I'm agile, so I do not hurt myself. So I fall down a couple of feet, and when I hit the ground, I of course roll with the fall and roll forward and absorb the energy by the roll and am back on my feet. But of course, the woman, she turns around and sees me. So this is the image. So I am cowering, basically, because I'm still cowering. I just recovered from my fall. I just made my roll. I got my billowing cape around me and my black outfit. And let's see if this woman knows of me, of my exploits. It's 50-50. So 1 to 6. No, she doesn't. So she must be new in town. Maybe she came with this group that brought this new drug in. So she does not know me. She probably hasn't heard of me, which is strange, but not impossible if this group is from the outside and just tries to establish itself in Fallcrest. So I'm cowering there, and she turns around. Like I said, also black clothing, slender statue, hooded cloak, also like a thief rogue kind of type. And she goes, "What are you supposed to be? Don't you know that this area is off limits?" And I'm like, "I could ask you the same thing. What are you doing here? And who are you waiting for? This is none of your business. You shouldn't stick your nose into things that do not concern you. It might end badly for you." And with that, as if she wanted to threaten me, or she wants to threaten me to underline her words, she gets out a long, curved dagger from out of her cloak. "So I'll guess you leave now," she goes. And I stand up and I go like, "You seem to be new here, if you haven't heard of me. The Bat has come for you." And with that, I also grab underneath my cloak and get some throwing stars, you could say little throwing bats out, that I immediately throw at her, targeting her dagger hand. All right, so let's see. That'll be body and physical. So physical is all forms of physical activity, combat. So physical includes, let me read it to you. Physical is used for activities like climbing, running, jumping, balance, lifting, etc., and all forms of combat, ranged, melee, and unarmed. And body encompasses all physical activities and represents strength, agility, endurance, speed, reflexes, toughness, manual dexterity, etc. So in this simple system, dexterity, constitution, and strength is not separated, it's all body. And mind encompasses all mental capabilities like memory, perception, willpower, etc. And charm relates to social interaction and is used to persuade, negotiate, perform, and influence others. Would also be to intimidate. All right, so it'll be body and physical, and I got to roll 9 or less. I'm just making one roll for this cinematic 3 things that I throw at her. And yes, so I hit 3. So I hit her dagger hand. And she drops her dagger and goes, "You shouldn't have done that. Let's dance." And gets out a short sword. All right, so we will be using this side here. So this area here, this is where the water is. So these low objects, this is like a wooden walkway, and this is her. She is purple, so she's standing here. And this is the door to a building that I just jumped. This is the building I jumped down from. And so this is like difficult terrain, and this is a so these are blocked squares. This is like a wooden pole where there used to be a lantern attached to it, but since this area is actually out of use and off limits, there's no lantern anymore. But this is so I came down here, and then I rolled and I stepped forward, and so I'm here, and I just threw my things at her. All right, initiative, just roll 1d12. Highest roll goes first. In combat, it's pretty easy. So combat, time is measured in rounds, 6 seconds of in-game time. Every participant gets a turn. Character can move a reasonable distance as determined by the GM, the usual 6 squares, and perform 1 action. Turns alternate between player characters and enemies. And here I put down with the players getting the first turn, but I already got my turn, and now we're starting a new round, and I just say that I want to add some form of initiative. All right, so highest roll goes first, 6 and 1. So I go first. All right, so actually it's pretty easy. The enemies, they only get a combat rating between 1 and 10, and this is what they have to roll under. And every successful check is 1 hit. All right, so the female rogue, she can take 4 hits. And this 1 hit that I already dealt doesn't count. That was just for cinematic purposes. So now this is what counts. So now I want to close the distance a little. So this is difficult terrain, costs double. So 2, 4, 6. I move 6 squares. That is my move. And then I throw again some batarangs at her. Again with physical and body. And I hit, dealing 1 point of damage. So she's taking 1 hit. Now it's her turn. She closes the distance. 1, 2, 3, 4. And attacks with her short sword. And her combat rating. CR. I'll give it, because she's also, I give it a 7. Combat rating 7. So 1 through 7, she deals a hit. 5. Yes, so she nicks me. So Oh wait, I gotta add my hits here to my character sheet. My hit boxes. Hits, I can take 6 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I just mark them off. So this is my simple character sheet here. Alright, so 1 hit. So she nicks me, I dodge out of the way. So now my turn again. I'm not re-rolling initiative every round. I don't like that. So I just, for flavor, there are no opportunity attacks here. I just sidestep. And I hit also. I also have 2 daggers. So now that I'm done throwing my things, I stab her with a dagger. Ugh. Now it's her turn again. Oh, and she misses. 12. Almost a critical failure. But there are no fumble rules in this system here. All right, so she misses. So I sidestep and block. But also I fumbled. So we both basically dance around. She seems capable, but no match for the bat. I hope it's her turn. Oh, look at this. A 1. She hits me. Okay. I grit my teeth. Alright, so let's get this up. I grit my teeth and retaliate. No, I don't. 11. Alright, so her turn again. I try to kick her, but she blocks. She scores a hit. Damn, my turn. Yes, but I also score a hit. She's weakened. She's got 1 hit left. She is bloodied. But I don't want to kill her, actually. She misses, luckily. My turn. So now it's her last hit. I try to incapacitate her, like to knock her out, either with the hilt of my dagger or with a martial arts move. Yes, I hit. All right, so I score the last hit. She gets an elbow in her face, which I actually don't like because she's a woman, but hey, she started it. So she goes down. And then I'll grab her, take her over throw her over my shoulder, grab her, and head into a dark alleyway in this off-limit district of the port. And let's see. Actually, now I would need some leather string to bind her. Let's see if I do have that in my utility belt. 1 to 4. I didn't put it down. No, of course not. All right, mental note to myself. Some leather to bind prisoners. All right, so I gotta improvise. She also has a cloak, so I'm taking my dagger and I'm cutting broad, long stripes of cloth out of her cloak, and I'll bind her with that. I bind her hands behind her back with that really tight. I mean, she's also weakened and bloodied, so I don't think she can get out. And then I'll wait until she wakes up. And now I am in front of her. Now you will talk. Who were you waiting for? What were you expecting? You don't want to know, believe me. You don't want to mess with these people. Just let it go. So I take her and I slam her against the wall. This is my town. And I say what goes and what not. You tell me now, or you will learn how to fly without wings. And just to enforce this, I slam her against the wall again. I mean, I don't really like this, but you've seen the Batman movies. I mean, Batman, he can be a real badass if he's angry. I mean, his interrogation techniques are not on the subtle side, and neither are mine. All right, so does she crack? I'll give it 1 through 8, or 1 till 1. 11. No, she does not crack. I'm not telling you. You can do what you want, but I see it in your eyes. Which is strange because she can't see my eyes because I got a mask and a hooded cloak over. So, but I can see it in your face and I can hear it in your voice. You're capable, but you're not a killer. But he is. Leave me here, do what you want, but you gotta find out for yourself. I'm not telling you anything. Fine then. Alright, and then I just knock her out again. But I leave her there bound, so I'm not going to throw her into the water or anything. And then what I will do is I will take this candle that she had and I relight it, and I will place it. So I don't know, I get some old wooden beams or anything to like simulate her height somehow, and I'll put it against this wooden beam so that the light is still shining, so that maybe if it's not too late, whoever looks at the light from the river sees the light and and comes to whatever deliver. So, and I hide behind this beam in the shadows, and I will ask the oracle if I'm lucky. So 7 and 12 I'm lucky. So 1 through 7 it worked. Of course it didn't. 11. So maybe the light was gone too long. Maybe whoever was about to deliver or whatever saw or heard something. So I wait, but there's nothing happening. Nobody is coming. Nothing. All right then. I'll head back to the alley where I left the woman. And is she gone? 6 and 12, she's gone. 50-50. Yeah, so she's gone, but because I waited a long time, so that's all right. I some sort of expected it. So so she after a while managed to cut her binds. I can see the cut pieces of cloth on the floor. She left. So I'll head back up onto the rooftops to see if I can still catch a glimpse of her, spot her someplace. Maybe she didn't get far. It's the middle of the night. It's well past midnight. So in this part of town, at least in this part of the harbor that is actually off limits, there's not much movement. In the other districts, of course, there are city guards, but not here. So let's see. Do I catch a glimpse of her? 50-50 chance, 6 and 12 that I do. So low is good. Yes. All right. So couple of blocks away, as she crosses between two streets, I can see a silhouette moving pretty slowly because it looks like she's hurting, and she is hurting because I severely wounded her also. So I think that is her. So what I want to do, I want to track her over the rooftops, shadow her, that she might lead me to some place that I can investigate further. So that is body and subterfuge to be sneaky. So I got 9 success chance. Yes, I rolled a 1. So agile as a cat and quiet as a cat. I managed to shadow her, to trail her across the rooftops, and she leads me to, now I need something, some form of inspiration. All right, so minimalist setup. Let's get a minimalist oracle, which is the mythic one-page GM emulator. Let me get this out here. Should have it here someplace. Yeah. So let's roll on the description table. Where does she lead me to? 23 disagreeable. Okay, doesn't look too good. 58 modern disagreeable. All right, so modern disagreeable. Okay, I already got something, and let's help. All right, modern disagreeable. So actually she leads me to a clothing, yeah, not really store, but to a clothing warehouse where some do-gooders, like church people, they give out old and worn and dirty clothes to the very poor, that don't have anything. So this is like disagreeable. So these clothes are somewhat disagreeable and not really modern or what you wear. So a distribution outlet for very old worn clothes that people have donated, that are given out to the very poor. And this is where she enters. So she seems to have some sort of key. So she opens up this this venue and enters. All right, so I make a mental note and head over there across the rooftops and see if there's some sort of entranceway from the roof into this building. It is a 5 and 12 chance. 8, no. So there's only the entryway through the door. All right, then. Maybe I got more luck the next night. All right, and I will call this a night and head back into my common room. But let's see if I maybe hear something or see something that requires my attention on my way there. 50-50, 6 and 12 chance. No, quiet night for whatever reason. All right, so I enter and for tonight. I call it a night and get out of my bat suit, my bat armor, which is light armor, by the way, by the rules of my minimalist system. So there's also light armor. And I hide it and I go back to sleep and I catch some sleep to be ready for my daily work as a blacksmith the next day. All right, and this is where I will end this video. You see, I'm actually not really good at one shot, so I can, or at least I can't finish a story arc in like, I don't know, 45 to 60 minutes. It'll always take me a couple of sessions. But so this will be my entry for the Solo RPG challenge for the month of September. So minimalist system, minimalist setup, and I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me continue this storyline on YouTube. If not, I will just continue it off camera as a kitchen table game. I don't know. Then I might post session reports in my community tab, but the next video I will be doing another episode of Keep on the Shadowfell. As always, thank you for watching, and if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe, and as always, stay safe, stay healthy, have a wonderful remaining weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.